Oh my God, have you seen this thing from the National Planning Committee?
You know I don't read, Kwede.
No. It says we are going to create 11 million new jobs by 2030. What have those comrades been smoking?
Relax, Kwede. In 2030, we'll just say that we are going to create 50 million jobs by 2060. And in 2060, we'll promise 100 million jobs by 2090.
But won't the voters see through that?
Have they seen through us so far? Eh?
Good point.
Hello, Sunny Bonani Dakse, how's it? Shap. I'm Tim Modise. This is News. Let's get it on. Today's guest is the suspended president of the Youth League, Julius Malema. So, Mr. Malema, how's it hanging?
Very funny, team. Watch out. I can see my enemies much better like this.
You mean when you are high?
I'm like a US droll team. I fly without a sound over my enemies and I take them out.
You mean a drone? Wow. If you are banned from the ANC, you could always apply to the CIA. We'll get right back up to you, Mr. Malema. But first, the harsh reality of Malema's situation is probably only beginning to sink in. But is it really reality or just virtual reality? Or maybe is it all part of one big reality show? Let's go behind the scenes for a look at Survivor ANC.
I am tired of this small boy now. I'm like, what's the word?
Frankenstein, Chief. You are like Frankenstein and Julius is your monster. No. You can't say things like that. Julius was a monster long before this.
The ANC has no place for dangerous right-wing demagogues with populist tendencies. That's right. The ANC is for left-wing demagogues with populist tendencies.
No, right. And he wears yellow, the color of a banana republic, and that ridiculous beret. He must be disciplined for his beret alone.
Malema has created space for an anti-majoritarian, conservative, reactive groundswell that seeks to tarnish the whole movement, portraying us as anti-constitutional national chauvinists. Come again.
That's a good.
As long as he has fire, he is still in the game. When his fire is gone, so is he. You are right. Call the boy in.
Hey, Wena, what are you old people doing on this Mauritius island? Where are my friends?
Julius, we find you guilty of all sorts of nonsense. Do you have the immunity idol?
No, Chief. I have never been on idols. Do you want me to sing? Dubule punu, dubule punu. Oh, no. We have had enough.
Julius, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. You must leave the tribal area immediately.
Oh, is Santon a tribal area? Yes, it is. You must go to Limpopo. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
And a crappy New Year. And take Tokyo Sehwale with you.
Mr. Malema?
I'm still up here.
Why are you speaking in that voice?
I've been politically neutered, Tim.
Aren't you jumping the gun a bit?
I can't jump anything, Tim. Those bastards chopped off my political balls.
I mean, you remain leader of the ANC Youth League while you appeal, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I
forgot. The gloves are off, team. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall never surrender.
You are quoting Winston Churchill?
Winston who?
Churchill. He was a British Prime Minister. Your words remind me of a speech he made in 1940.
British? I'm developing white tendencies. You can take my balls, but you can never take my economic freedom.
DA leader Helen Zille says the ANC handed down an appropriate sentence on Julius Malema. Mrs. Zille, you don't seem particularly thrilled that Malema is out of the picture for the next 5 years. What's up?
Yes, you're right, Tim. I don't really feel like celebrating. It feels like I've lost a sparring partner.
Are you saying Malema was the only worthy opponent in the ANC?
Let me just tell you something about Julius, Tim. He stabs you in the front. All the others will stab you in the back. I could see him coming from a mile away. If you're gonna have political enemies, it's best that they wear bright purple suits and make a lot of noise.
You also said you were reluctant to comment on the internal processes of other parties. That doesn't sound like you at all. Has your fire gone out?
Not at all, Tim. The DA is busy with some internal processes of its own, and I expect the ANC to follow my lead and also keep its comments to itself.
That's a bit opportunistic, isn't it?
Oh, don't talk rubbish, Tim. Besides, I've delegated attack dog duties to Lindiwe Masabuko, my beautiful, young, competent second-in-command.
So, no more Julius Malema giving you sleepless nights?
The truth is, Tim, I will only rest easy when I know for sure that his political career is dead and buried. Until then, I still feel a little bit haunted.
Haunted?
Haunted, yes, that's right. Sometimes I sense the presence of a living dead. Shh, shh, shh. There it is. Can you feel it?
Mr. Malema, stocks rose and the rand strengthened after the news of your suspension. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, Tim. I'm contributing to the economy. When I become president, I want to inherit a rich country.
Do you regret having made yourself such a controversial figure?
There is no such word as controversy in the Petty Dictionary. There is also no such word as regret.
Isn't it also true that there is no such thing as a petty dictionary?
Don't be chacharak with me, Tim. I still have friends in high places.
Like who?
God is my friend. You don't get higher than him.
I've never heard you mention God before.
I've never been suspended before.
Now, by getting Tokyo Sekhuale to testify on your behalf, you may well have destroyed his political career. How do you feel about that?
Tokyo is also an economic freedom fighter. Tokyo will defend me to death. Tokyo
He's not
will...
taking your calls, is he?
His phone is on voicemail. Tokyo is a busy man. Shh, wait. Can you hear them?
Who?
Suma's birds. Shoo! Go away! Bloody pigeons! Shoo! Go away!
Juju and the Hawks. The sky could be the limit for Julius Malema's new career.
Good day. My name is Mwalu. I am the Minister of Public Enterprises.
And I'm Fikile. I am the Minister of Sports, Fun and Games.
I would like to apologize
And so would I.
for having an affair with a woman.
Who is not my wife.
We have let down the nation.
And our families.
For that,
We are
very, very
sorry.
indeed.
Our guest today is Western Cape Premier Helen Zille. She wants men who have multiple sexual partners and refuse to use condoms to be charged with attempted murder. Mrs. Zille, isn't that a bit extreme?
No, I'll tell you what is extreme, Tim. Having a shag and dying of AIDS, that's extreme, all right? We are living in an era where sex is death. Do you hear me? Sex is death.
Take it easy. Jeez, someone needs to get laid.
I beg your pardon, what was that?
We'll come back to that later. But first, the ANC turns 100 in less than 2 months' time, and the party plans on spending the equivalent of R1 million for every year of its existence. Mr. Mantashe, 100 million rand for a party, isn't that a little excessive?
No. You have to understand something, Jim. This money is not being wasted on food and drink and kissing games. We are not the National Youth Development Agency.
So what is it being spent on then? You must have quite a program lined up.
No. It's not every day that Africa's most famous liberation movement turns 100. The ANC is very old, and only now it is beginning to get a bit sick. In our culture, We respect our elders. We must respect the ANC and celebrate properly. For a year.
The party is going on for a whole year?
No. Only until Mangaung. Maybe there won't be a party after that.
Former President Thabo Mbeki was meant to play a role in the celebrations, but apparently he was waiting to be approached by ANC chairperson Baleka Mbete.
No. 2 years ago, Mbete was told to call all the past presidents of the ANC to discuss the celebrations. She found Mandela quite quickly.
What took her so long to contact Mbeki?
Well, apparently she went to Sangoma to see if the ancestors could get a message to Albert Lutuli and Oliver Tambo.
That doesn't explain why it has taken all this time to meet with Mbeki.
We told her to stick with the ex-presidents who are still alive.
Victor Medfield dreams of one day becoming the Springbok coach. The recently retired Lock made the admission in his autobiography titled Victor, My Journey. Victor, congratulations on the book.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Check it out, eh? It's lekker.
A lot of people didn't think you could even write. Did it take you long?
Yeah, no, it's the story of my life, Tim. You know, yeah, it took me 34 years.
What's the book about?
Well, yeah, it's about this oak who plays rugby for South Africa, and what happens is, oh man, nice try, Tim. You nearly got me there. Yeah, it's my autobiography, so yeah, it's about me.
You talk in the book about the first time you met Peter de Villiers. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's quite a funny story. Hey, who mentioned my name? Oh, how's it, Tim?
Coach, I was just asking about the first time you and Victor met.
Yeah, you know, he came all the way from France to meet me in George, you know, and when I saw him, I thought, yes, that's my that's one big Dutchman. And you know what those guys is like? I mean, they ran the bloody country, you know? So I asked him if he was a racist.
Why did you think he might be a racist?
Well, the first thing he did was to ask me to carry his bags. Can you believe it? Coach, don't do cock. I'm gonna murder you. Yeah, okay. I'm only joking, Tim. Just a joke, my friend.
Coach, did you hear about All Blacks wing Zach Guilford assaulting people in a bar in the Cook Islands?
Yeah, I heard, you know, my sources tell me he was cock drunk and, you know, he didn't even have any clothes on. If the Bokke had won the World Cup, they could also walk around cock drunk and gat. I wouldn't care. You know, it's the spoils of victory, my friend.
So, Victor, you would like to coach the Boks one day?
Yeah, Tim, you know, my dream is to arrive at the airport with my captain and my team and the Webb Ellis trophy in my hand. Yeah, okay, Victor, don't rub it in. Jeez, man, the nightmares have only just stopped. Big breaths, coach. Big breaths. Big breasts? Big breasts? Where? I don't see any, Teta.
Let's get back to our studio guest, Western Cape Premier Helen Zille. She believes that attempted murder charges should be laid against men who refuse to wear condoms. Mrs. Zille, by linking unprotected sex with attempted murder, aren't you criminalizing HIV?
I am doing no such thing, Tim. The real criminals are men who refuse to put condoms on their willies. What the hell is wrong with you people? If you have a willy, put a bloody condom on it. And don't take it off, ever.
Okay. But health experts say condom distribution is so poor that many sexually active men have access to fewer than 10 condoms a year.
10 a year? That's quite enough, Tim. Anyone who has sex more than 10 times a year is just being greedy. Take up a hobby, for God's sake. Go for a walk, get a dog, put ice blocks in your pants if you have to.
Other experts say women should be encouraged to negotiate with their partners. No glove, no love. Know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, Tim. Cover your stump before you hump. Don't be a loner, cover your boner. You can't go wrong if you shield your dong. It will be sweet if you wrap your Peter. If you're not going to sack it, go home and whack it. Wrap it in foil before you take her oil. If you go into the heat, package your meat, even if she's eager. Protect her, beaver, especially in December. Gift wrap your member. Okay, Tim, that's all from me.
I promise it will never
Happen again.
We have learned.
Our lesson.
Oh, good. Yes.
Oh, don't stop.
Relax, guys. I'm just coming up for air.
In celebration of its 100th anniversary in 2012, the ANC is proud to announce a new musical comedy by Mbongeni Ngema, the genius who brought you Sarafina and Sarafina 2, and who would have brought you Sarafina 3, 4, and 5 if the taxpayers hadn't run out of money.
Swedish jazz and German submarines. 5 million jobs in 5 years, 12 maybe in my dreams.
I used to be for Zuma 100%, but now he stopped paying my rent. Poor me, I have to live in a tent like Comrade Gaddafi. My money's all spent.
Get ready to laugh, get ready to cry, but above all, get ready to pay through the nose. Brought to you by the ANC, a better life for all, except the taxpayers.
My guests today are arch-communist Blatant Zimande and super-capitalist Kanyimba, and we'll be talking about the proposed national health insurance. But first...
Sorry, Tim, is this not top billing? Oh my god, I'm totally in the wrong studio.
Well, stay and chat, Kanye. You can't be less convincing than our politicians. But first, your latest Sun News headlines. Republican presidential hopefuls in the United States have described waterboarding as necessary in the fight against terror. But President Barack Obama has come out strongly against it, saying that the United States will not use torture. President Obama, this is a noble attitude. But let's talk worst-case scenario. What if 1 million American lives could be saved by torturing one terrorist?
Tim, these rednecks with their buckets of water are medieval. There are far better ways of extracting information from suspects.
But surely torture is torture.
Look, Tim, let's just say we have ways and means of making you talk. For example, right now the CIA is working on an interrogation technique that involves no contact whatsoever.
And it works?
See for yourself.
No, please, not again. I'll tell you anything in the name of God. Have mercy. Not again.
Okay, wait. So this next one is a ballad about how girls are made to feel ugly inside.
No. What about Geneva Convention?
Is that by Burt Bacharach? I don't do covers. Okay, wait, here it goes. You look at me and say I'm ugly. I'm not gonna stand for that. You think I'm ugly, but I'm not. I'm just where I am today. So get out of my face, you're an ugly man. I'm not an ugly girl, I just born this way.
Minister Blatant Zimande.
The word is Mister, okay? Jeez, Tim, how dumb are you?
No, I'm a minister.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Your Holiness. I didn't know. Forgive me, I have sinned a lot.
Minister Zimande, KPMG has come out and said that the National Health Insurance Scheme could boost South Africa's GDP by making us all healthier and more productive. How is something that is such a massive drain on taxpayers going to make us all richer?
Sorry, Tim, can I answer this one? Okay, so first of all, everyone will be able to have life-saving emergency cosmetic surgery. And we'll be importing billions of breast implants so we can use the leftover ones to build houses for poor people. They're totally waterproof, by the way.
But Minister, is it even possible for 5 million taxpayers to fund healthcare for 45 million?
We don't know, Tim, but we are very eager to see what happens.
It makes sense in theory that healthier people are more productive. But why aren't we first trying to boost GDP by improving education or pegging back the unions when they get in the way of employing people?
Sorry, Father, let me. First of all, Tim, school is for losers and fat people. And secondly, I don't know what unions are, so why don't you just shut up?
I suppose the problem is that we all support the principle of the NHI, but we don't trust the government to administer it.
Tim, in the Soviet Union, there was universal health care, and it was very fair. It didn't matter if you were in Moscow or the middle of Siberia. You could get equally bad treatment. So when you died at 45, you could die knowing that you had got the best care possible.
Exactly, so shut up. You know, Tata, with all this corruption everywhere, our rainbow nation does not seem so bright anymore.
Sad about the truth, Desmond. Very sad.
Why is it that politicians everywhere are so dishonest?
Well, maybe it is because we are letting the fat man guard the chicken store.
Yes, but you know, Tata, it is not fair, you know. It isn't just Malema who has behaved badly.
No, Desmond. What I mean is we are letting the lusty man protect the nunnery.
Come on, you can't blame it all on Zuma.
You don't understand, Desmond. Actually, it is like we are letting the alcoholic to look after the vineyard.
That is not fair for Thabo Mbeki. You know, he has been out of power for a long time now. I cannot see how he can still be taking advantage of the system.
No, Desmond. What I mean is that it is unfortunately common for politicians to be corrupt. And those were just metaphors, you know, figures of speech.
I know what a metaphor is, Tata. Remember, I'm the one who came up with this Rainbow Nation metaphor in the first place.
No, that one is not a metaphor, Desmond. That is an optical illusion.
Oh my gosh.
My guest today is President Jacob Zuma,
Who is here to tell us about his new bunker? It's just a house, Tim.
a house with underground tunnels, a clinic, and a helipad.
Tim, if I have learned one thing in politics, it is that you can never be too rich or too paranoid.
Well, more of that in a moment. But first, as Julius Malema gets ready to fight his suspension, some reports suggest that his dismissal was greeted with scenes of wild celebration in his hometown of Seshego. Julius, it seems you weren't as popular as you always told us.
Futsek, you bloody agents, stop cheering or I will throw Floyd at you.
Julius?
Hello, team. I was just saying hello to my millions of supporters.
It sounds like they are celebrating.
Shut up, team. Nobody is celebrating. Floyd, quickly, fetch my supporters. Team, I'm still loved by the people.
Viva Julius!
Thank
Viva! Long live!
You are too kind.
Julius,
Please,
our president!
stop.
Long live!
I'm blushing.
Julius, those are cardboard cutouts.
Team, that's very racist. Don't judge people just because they are made of cardboard. What's that? You want me to challenge my suspension and stay in politics and become president?
Yay!
Okay, the people have spoken. Hey, Futsek, stop throwing eggs at my house. Right, I think we've got eggs in the fridge. Take them and throw them. No, wait, just throw 3. I must still have lunch.
Table Mountain was a surprise inclusion in the final list of the 7 new natural wonders of the world. Helen Ziller, you must be very proud, ma'am.
Oh, yes, Tim, we are very, very proud. And if I may be a politician for a moment, in many ways we feel that the DA is like Table Mountain.
You mean it gives shelter to hundreds of thousands of rock spiders? It's unlikely to change much over the next few million years?
No, Tim. I mean that it's very stable. And when you get to the top, Robben Island and the township look very small and far away.
You have recently changed the names of 2 major highways to reflect our struggle history. Would you ever consider calling Table Mountain by its original name? What the Khoisan called it before the settlers arrived?
What did they call it, Tim?
They called it Hurikwaho.
Absolutely not, Tim. Firstly, we do not call them huri anymore, okay? The acceptable term is sex workers.
No, Hurikwaho means...
And I have never heard of a sex worker using a kwacha, Tim. Oh, disgusting. It's out of the question.
And finally to my studio guest, Mr. President. You are doing massive renovations to your homestead at Nkandla, including a clinic, a helipad, a lot of underground tunnels and rooms. It sounds like you are creating a fortress, almost as if you are expecting a coup.
Oh, my word, Tim. I am totally confident about the future. And I know that the people love and respect me. But they also loved and respected Muammar Gaddafi, you know? When I went to Libya to negotiate his surrender, everyone in his palace told me how much they loved and respected him. So I'm just covering my bases.
Do you think it's fair that you get your own private clinic in your house while tens of millions of our citizens don't have access to medical treatment?
Tim, can you imagine what would happen to the country if something happened to me?
But you always say the ANC is a collective organization, that if one leader disappears, another steps up to take his place.
Tim, you must work on this tendency of yours to confuse people with facts.
Mr. President, according to the Mail and Guardian, one of your nieces won the tender to do some of the work on your fortress. Your critics might say this is nepotism.
And I must say to my critics, who is the president? Is it me or is it them?
Is it true that some of this work is being paid for by taxpayers?
Tim, I'm the president, Tim. How am I supposed to know these things? It's so easy to lose track of where my money ends and tax revenue begins, you know?
Well, that's all we have got time for, Mr. Zuma. Thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
Because you don't want me to have my own hospital.
Because here we can.
Because you are very mean.
From me, Tim, and the team, is hamba kahle, goodbye, and futsek.
Hit